everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the green energy event objectives, so let's get into them. It's the Nature's Wrath. We will have to kill a bunch of mechs. One pretty notable thing about these event gems this week is the Rowanne reward. This is a really powerful troop. If you can boost its armor, it will do devastating amounts of damage. It's also really good for farming on challenges as well as farming on Explore. Out of every single Kingdom Epic they can possibly get for free, either from events like this or just from completing out their kingdom, this is the best of all of them. And if you do want to get it other than just from this event, if you don't want to actually kill that many, 120, you can get it from completing the Forest of Thorns questline, and it's definitely advised having her as she is pretty useful in a lot of teams. As far as where you kill mechs, there's unfortunately no challenge that has 4 of them. The best we can possibly do is go to this challenge right here and use a team to kill it out to get the 3 event gems. It's exactly 300 to get all of them this week, so we would have to do this about 100 times to be able to get all of it. And as far as what we're going to kill it with, I'm just going to use one of my standard Explore teams, this one particularly with the Rowanne, so we can actually show it off. She does have a 50% bonus this week, as the other 2 for this event is the 25% to all Forest of Thorns, as well as 25% to all Fae. So we'll just throw this down. Looks like red-yellow will go and rush up the Valkyrie. Seems like what we'll be doing here. We'll cast it out again to be able to hopefully get red if he doesn't give it to us. It looks like he has not. So hopefully we'll get red out of that. Do we? Yes, we do. Don't get an extra turn though, but we should have plenty of area to be able to get a nice cast off with our Valkyrie. Okay, he's going to take like the only blue on the board. Good job, AI. That denied us a little bit, but all we have to do is just get out our cast, and with that 50%, it should be pretty easy to team wipe. I know I do have a lot higher stats, but with 50%, you guys should be able to do that too on most battles. I do not advise doing this particular team I just showed in PvP, but as far as farming the event gems this week, it'll definitely be able to do that very well. As far as the next objective, we do have to use all green teams in PvP. Doing so, we will be getting 5 additional glory every single time. It may be advised to do the 1 trophy this week, as you will be able to get a lot of glory out of it, as your 1 trophy always will be the easiest battles. As you can see right here, if we wanted to with an all-green team, all we would have is a single Spirit Fox. But we will go for our 3 trophy instead right here, and show a couple of teams related to that. So let's just go do this pure green team. This one is a little bit more expensive, does use a couple legends, let's throw in the Rowanne as well. As far as a pretty cheap green team, I did end up making this. It only uses 3 rares and an ultra rare. We have the Winter Knight for tanking, Thorn Knight for entangle and a little bit of damage, Ranger because it's one of the best damage sources you can get early on in the game, and Hobgoblin just to clean up anything that everything else does not kill. But we'll be running with this more later game version of it. We're mainly going to be using the Dark Maiden as soon as possible to deny or to get rid of the yellows that we don't actually use. From there we will hopefully be able to use it on green. Don't know for sure if I can take this in a way that will get that for sure, but ideally we'll want to convert that over to green, and then we'll have all the mana we'll ever need. Unfortunately, we do not have alignment on it, so we'll just have to take a couple more matches everywhere around. I guess we'll just go for a purple right here, start getting up the Kraken. I did set it to a +2 purple, +1 red, -1 yellow, as we don't use yellow, and both of those and all those colors will be helping us quite a bit. The Spirit Fox did just remove the yellows, unfortunately, that we were going to be using. That is, well, that makes Dark Maiden completely useless for our cast, so that's going to slow her down just slightly, but we'll still be able to get everything we need without her. So we'll throw down our Rowanne right there, get some nice split damage, and then we'll just clean up with a Kraken for the last of the damage we need, and there we go. And we even get Rowanne back up again with an extra turn if we want to recast her. Does loop kind of okay, because you can get it into the Rowanne, and then of course you have the Dark Maiden whenever you get the alignment. Like right there is what we would have done, that yellow to green, that nice little arc shape right there. You kind of can't see it behind all the animation, but like right there would have been what we were aiming for with her. But let's go on to the others now. You guys already heard me say it earlier, but we do have a 25% to all phase and a 25% to all Forest of Florence, so that's going to be pretty helpful this week too. One thing to note is you can switch your hero over to the Archer class, something you get at the end of the Forest of Florence, and it does count for the additional bonus. It unfortunately does not have a way to count as a Fae because it counts as an elf, but you can just set it to magic and it'll automatically count as a Forest of Thorns as long as your hero is at least level 10, which doesn't cost too many souls. And do keep that in mind when building some teams this week. Let's see, this team's a little bit annoying, may have to repick it. What do we have? Bone Dragon's first slot, but there's a Sybaris in there. We are using a team that's based mainly around, gosh, okay, we'll just go for the 3 trophy and hope we don't fail on the revenge. But we are going to do one completely based around Rowanne. I definitely advise using her. She is really, really useful, especially this week. We did the math on it earlier, and Rowanne actually has more damage than a Bombot this week, so very, very powerful. Definitely advise using her. Even off of this week, I would advise using her. But let's try getting her up. We'll go for our Prismatic Orb. Prismatic Orb is an item you get at, I believe, 25 all hero masteries, if I am not mistaken. And if you don't have that, you could just use the hero with a different weapon, preferably one that is green, maybe something like War and Peace. You get that from completing out the Kazil bonus quest line. Something along those lines would be pretty good. We're mainly using the Prismatic Orb on our Rowanne to not only give it more mana, but also to feed the colors to it. Okay, pretty bad board setup right now. Luckily, it's not getting much of its mana either. So, okay, never mind. There goes the giant spider. I take that back. We do want to try taking purple right now. It doesn't look like we can really stop it. It's probably going to get that arc right there. So we'll throw this at Rowanne, and hopefully we'll have enough. Ooh, we got our mana, but it's going to still cast, and it's probably going to remove our green. Okay, good. It didn't remove our green, so... and nor did it get an extra turn or anything like that, so this should be fine. Didn't really put us at any too huge of a disadvantage. Ooh, a lot of mana right there. I think I'm going to go for the cast first and then take all that mana, though. So we'll go for one of those. Another one may be enough damage, pretty close to enough. Can we drop that? No, we cannot. Doesn't look like it. We can take some of this mana. I don't think we can end up dropping everything, though. So we'll just take that, get a bunch of our greens. Didn't get a surge on either of them, so that wasn't enough mana. There goes Bone Dragon. That's the main thing I was worrying about. She is really, really bad against Bone Dragon since it can tear away all of her armor. But we'll take these greens right here. Hopefully we'll be... No, I didn't... Oh, wait, never mind. That's enough damage. Feel I could have just taken the skull. I didn't actually realize he was that damaged already. So that's perfectly fine. I was going to do it through Rowanne, which even if we didn't get that skull, he would have wasted his turn on the skull, and then we would have got it. But there we go. They'll take out the rest of the team. But yeah, it's a little risky using a team based around completely one troop. If we would have gotten to dry it up, we would have used it on Rowanne so we could protect our armor from single target damage and stuff like that. But definitely risky, but it can have a pretty high reward if you do go for just buffing up a single troop. You can do that with quite a few. Rowanne's the easiest troop you can get that you can just spam buffing on and get it up to a decent state where it can just two-shot the entire enemy team. Sometimes even one-shot if you can get a huge enough buff. Some troops that you use for that are things like Templar, Honor, Prismatic Orb, really anything that can boost up armor will be pretty decent to match up with Rowanne. But anyways, that will wrap it up for this video. If you guys have any other questions, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.